Hey, you. Yeah, you, come here, come here. Oh, why? Oh, you're afraid of me. Is it because I'm loud? Or is it because we're 2000 and something and welcome back?
I'm terrified of you. I'll have you know that.
Alright guys, so today we are reviewing Bad Guys. And hopefully there's not much of a glare on the TV now. And hopefully you enjoy this video too. Before I even go any further, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And comment down below any movies, TV shows, or other fun activities you'd want us to do.
You may be wondering, what is Will doing over here? Oh, we've received a comment that we're too sweaty. So I'm in fact wiping the sweat off of my own brow.
Well, it's not just we're too sweaty, it's just like editing these videos, we look pretty shiny.
We're shiny boys. We're a couple of crustaceans just shining away.
Comment down if you want us to wear makeup. But without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Bad Guys.
Bad Guys. When did you first see this? Copyrighted. Stop. No, stop. Copyrighted.
Billie Eilish song, insert here, copyright us. I don't know if you guys remember this, but from our first video, the video right here, I said I didn't like Billie Eilish.
I forgot about that. You were going to have beef with Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I'm still, to this day, I don't really listen to Billie Eilish's music, but I saw a TikTok, and it was like comparing people's like real voice to their auto-tune. And Billie Eilish is a lot better singer than I thought she was.
Yeah.
I think it's because I use Bad Guys in another song and it just goes and like she's mumbling it.
Right.
But when she's actually singing, she's pretty decent.
No, Bad Guys is so overplayed. When I first heard the song Bad Guys, I was like, this is really good. And I played it a couple times. And then it got played a couple billion times and through my ears every single day of my entire life.
That is part of the reason why I don't listen to the radio anymore, is because they'll cycle through maybe the same 5 to 10 songs. Occasionally throw in an 11th one. That's like, the radio ruins music for me. But anyway, so Bad Guys.
So the Bad Guys.
So to start off, I love the art style of this. It's a lot different than some of the other DreamWorks shows that are movies that are out there.
I remember when the trailer first came out for this, there was a whole bunch of people who were like, oh great, here comes the whole thing where every movie's gonna look like Into the Spiderverse, and Spiderverse is gonna get ruined because everything looks the same because they did something original and good, and now bad movies are gonna do it. This movie,
far from it,
actually pretty good. Yeah,
it was a solid movie. I think it's one of the a lot better than some of the other DreamWorks products.
Agreed.
I'm not a big fan of the DreamWorks shows, like the spin-offs of the movies. Though Kung Fu Panda now has a new show on Netflix, but they actually have Jack Black back in it.
DreamWorks has earned a bad rap, and they've made some real stinkers. I would argue that Shrek is one. A certain Joseph Pfeiffer would argue no. But they did Madagascar, great.
Solid.
They did B-Movie, that
Solid.
got so much play for the year 2018 or whatever year that was.
Yeah.
You got Over the Hedge, great
Solid.
movie.
10 out of 10. I've watched that movie maybe 1,000 times.
Probably the same. What else did they did? Rise of the Guardians was pretty good. Courtney's a big fan. Yeah.
I think that one would be a good Christmas, considered to be a good Christmas movie. Like, but it has all the other holidays. It has, like, Easter in it and stuff. Like, come on. We all watch it for Santa Claus.
I'm going to say it's an Easter movie. Name one other Easter movie that's not religion-based.
Hop.
Fair point.
He's like, name an Easter movie that isn't religious. Hop.
Immediately.
Just had that one locked and loaded.
Yeah, we got two Easter. The Easter's got 2 movies. How many movies does Halloween have? Every horror movie. Christmas has got 1 billion.
Christmas does have a lot.
Christmas deserves it, though. I'm gonna put my foot down. Christmas is underrated. All you villains and Grinches out there have started going, no, I like Halloween more than Christmas. Christmas is boring. I like Thanksgiving. I like 4th of July. Christmas is better than anything on the planet. You're wrong. Christmas, underplayed.
The 4th of July is one of my favorite movies. Not movies. The 4th of July is one of my all-time favorite holidays, just because it isn't revolved around presents and food. I mean, you have the American oh yeah, barbecue, hot dogs, all that American jazz.
Yeah.
But also, you get to blow stuff up. Like, come on. And they have one movie. It's called Independence Day. You know when they have like they have a battleship fighting aliens.
Independence Day. Best holiday movie? Name a better holiday movie.
I can't argue, man. So real quick, Nightmare Before Christmas. Christmas or Halloween movie?
Halloween movie.
Are you sure? It's called The Nightmare Before Christmas. It involves Jack Skellington stealing the show and taking Christmas.
All right, so I don't like this movie, but remind me of the ending moral. Is the ending moral that Jack needs to be happier and celebrate Christmas, or is the ending moral he destroys Christmas but then puts it back just cuz?
I'd have to say the moral of the story is, hey, don't steal stuff that isn't yours.
Anti-thievery, hot take. I gotcha.
And speaking of anti-thievery, that ties into, our movie we're supposed to be reviewing today. We've been talking about other movies for like the past 8 minutes.
Oh, so. Yeah, that's what we're... Yeah. So, I feel like DreamWorks has been really undervalued. I think if Pixar did not exist, DreamWorks is held in a much higher regard. I think the fact that DreamWorks was having their heyday at the same time Pixar was having their heyday, or a little bit after perfect Pixar, but I think they drown them out.
Disney almost lost to both these companies at that time, because if they're both were doing well, especially Shrek. Shrek was a really popular movie, and the same thing goes with other Pixar. I don't know specifically which Pixar movie was basically the Shrek of Pixar, but this movie right here. I can't remember it right now. Sorry, I'm not well researched right now because I didn't plan on talking about this.
Okay.
I feel it's interesting how Disney, you know what? Let's buy Pixar.
Right.
I'm just waiting for the day when Disney finally decides to try to buy DreamWorks.
No, Disney definitely, for a decade and a half there, lost the animation game. Obviously, Disney in the end wins because they have so many other things, so if they don't make an animated movie for a decade straight, they can go, yeah, but we still have theme parks, so we won.
We still own Marvel. We still own Star Wars. We own Fox. As of recent, they kind of did Pixar a little dirty by putting a lot of their stuff straight to stream.
Right. No, they've got their own animated movies, and they want to be on top.
So something I've found interesting is kind of where they're going. So DreamWorks is kind of working a lot more alongside Netflix.
Are they?
Yeah, a lot of that's why Kung Fu Panda's on Netflix. A Netflix show.
Right.
So maybe they're, instead of focusing 100% on their animated movies, they may try to partner with I don't know this 100%. They may try to partner with Netflix to release more of their stuff on there, so that can boost Netflix back up. Because as you know, a lot of things were getting pulled from Netflix. A lot of different things were happening, so Netflix has been kind of on a little downslope.
Right.
But maybe they might try to come together. They're both in a downslope. Maybe they can try to go in an upslope by working together so they can produce more quality content and stuff like that. So, of all DreamWorks projects and animated movies, I like this art style the most. It may be because it's newer, but this is so clean and crisp and I enjoy it. That's the one thing I enjoyed about the trailer. This looks really good. I can't wait to watch this. And I think it holds up to the trailer.
I think it looks incredible in the movie. So does Spiderverse. I really like this style. I just really hope it doesn't get overused. I hope so too. The style that DreamWorks usually goes for, the same style that Disney does now and Pixar pretty much invented, that seems to work across the genre. You don't really get tired of it, I don't think. But this style, if they didn't use it again for the next 10 years, I would be perfectly fine with us having
unless they get sequels for this, because I enjoyed this. Was visually appealing from the car chase scenes and how they animate their teeth, how all the different scenes, the movements that you see characters do,
right? And
it makes it interesting and makes me want to lose my eyes to the screen. At least when I first watched it. Another thing I liked about it is how the over exaggeration of things, all these hundreds and thousands of cops just come running out of this building. I'm I'm pretty sure like we're like half these people like was like half the guests undercover
Right.
characters. So before we like go down the whole list, who was your favorite character?
Who's my favorite character? I really like Piranha. And I also like the wolf. I think it's between Piranha and wolf. Snake gets a little annoying towards the end.
Yeah.
Aquafina, I'm not a hater of, as a lot of people tend to be. I just don't find her... She is always Aquafina no matter what we're watching. This is not Tarantula I'm watching. This is Aquafina as a tarantula.
Isn't Aquafina in like Shang-Chi?
Yes, she is. What's her name?
Yeah, she's the
friend. Yes,
yeah, the friend or the friend that becomes the girlfriend. I can't remember her character's name. I'm sorry. I enjoyed that movie too, but I feel like she's been in a lot more stuff as of recent because she was in Raya and the Lost Dragon. I mean, her voice is just very recognizable, and like you said, she doesn't change her voice for any characters. And it kind of makes me just like you like when I heard the tarantula talking, all I could just imagine is her talking. I think one of my favorite my tie is between the wolf and the shark.
Okay.
One, I thought the wolf was Matthew McConaughey for most of the movie, and I'm hearing it. I'm like, is that Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
It's not.
Sam Rockwell.
A
delightful man.
Yeah. It sounded a lot like Matthew McConaughey. If they were both talking at the same time, if like they both voice acted for this part, I probably wouldn't have been able to tell them apart too unless I listened real close. Then I enjoyed the shark. I love the shark.
The shark's pretty funny.
Yeah, like all the he's a master of disguise, and how like I'm just imagining like how dumb the people are. Like it's this giant shark with a fake mustache,
right?
And like the whole time I'm thinking of Anawe from the Suicide Squad. Just like, how would you sneak past them? Fake mustache.
I love the part where he walks up to the security guards. Son, would you like to play some ball? Dad, I've waited all these years.
That was a scientist, but yeah.
Scientist,
I'm like, dude, what the heck?
I love that part.
It's just weird how like he's a giant shark, but somehow he's a master of disguise. Like, that either says a lot about how good of an actor he is or how dumb the people are in this movie.
Piranha.
I do enjoy the piranha. The piranha's pretty cool. The snake did get annoying towards the end.
Yeah.
The tarantula, I thought like the whole concept of the tarantula was pretty cool. How she was a tech person because she's tiny. And like her whole little keyboard thing, that was cool.
Let's talk about Piranha for a second, because we're both a big fan of a certain thing that Piranha's in. Hamilton. Yeah, Piranha is Anthony Ramos.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Huh.
For those who don't know, that is, I'm blanking on the name. I thought I was going to hit it before I got through this.
There's Lafayette, is the French guy.
Yep.
Hercules Mulligan. John Adam? No, not John Adams. Yeah.
John Lawrence.
John Lawrence.
Yep.
And then he plays...
Alexander Hamilton's son.
What's his name, though?
Oh, you can't do that.
Philip.
Philip, yep.
Yes, he plays Philip. Yes, he did. I loved that. Philip was one of my favorite characters in the whole thing. So that explains why the piranha can sing so well, because he was in Hamilton.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact. There we go. That was probably one of my favorite sings was the piranha, like the whole singing part, and like them like doing like the whole thing.
Right.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Snake, that is Mark Maron.
Shark.
And then the shark is Craig Robinson, otherwise known as... Is it John Judy from 9-9? What's he called in 9? I don't know. He's from The Office. Everybody's favorite Daryl from The Office. What's up?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
You seen The Office?
I've not seen The Office.
You seen 9-9?
I've seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Alright, so he is the guy that is Jake's mortal enemy that like is constantly stealing stuff, and he pops up in like one episode a season, and they do a whole episode with him.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't remember the character's name, but he's like the Cadillac thief or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. I did not know that.
No, they got a good cast here.
This movie is based off a whole book series, I'm assuming by the same name. That means that this movie has potential for sequels. But my one problem with this movie was the obvious double cross.
Oh my goodness!
This thing that annoyed me so much. I'm like, like at the beginning of the movie, that hamster's not going to be a good guy the whole movie.
No, absolutely not.
And I'm like, it's like, ha ha, surprise! I'm a bad guy. I'm the real bad guy.
Right.
I'm a psychopath!
What is it with animated movies? Why do they have to have a twist villain?
They don't, like...
They always...
I mean, it's... So what are their options here? They either have, like, oh yeah, there's the obvious twist villain. There's the villain throughout the whole movie.
Right.
Like, there's not really many options that... Or, like, just... Or a surprise villain.
Or don't have a villain and have a situational thing. Like, the ending of it is, like, can they complete the final heist or something? Yeah.
So there's, like, really only 4 options they have now. Because I don't know, but, like, what else could they do for a villain?
It's kind of like if you're watching an old like crime show, an NCIS, CIS, or whatever you want. If you ever see a person that you know their name, that person is the killer because they're going to have the big dramatic. That's the person who's the best actor in the room, so they're going to have the big reveal. Yeah. It's just one of those things you go, oh yeah, you're it. Cool, great. And
like,
then,
oh yeah, we know your first and last name and specifically what your eye color is, as well as your height, weight, and other sorted other context clues of who you are. So therefore, you are the villain.
Right. It's any cute animal that is in a position of power.
Oh yeah, I'm cute, cuddly, and adorable, and a hamster, so I'm not a bad guy, but I'm actually a bad guy.
Yep. I also don't like the reveal that Snake's been a good guy the whole time. I like that because I like Snake, so I like him being part of the group, and I like him not abandoning friendship.
Well, it's just obvious that he was going to be a good guy too. He's like, oh yeah, like I kind of saw it like when he was messing with the helmet. Like, what is he doing with that helmet? Right. That requires like him to do what he's doing.
It would have made more sense if they like went. He like saw them in danger and went, oh, I must protect my friends, and then twisted back. But it's such a weird reveal where he's like, I'm angry, rah, 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 and he walks out the door, slams it shut, and then he goes, wait, my friends. And then hatches a plan to go undercover. It's like, how is that the good plan? Why don't you tell them?
Well, because Piranha's terrible at lying and keeping secrets.
Oh.
But Wolf kind of planned this all out from the beginning because, you know, he's the main character.
Yeah.
What I did like was the fighting scenes, though. That was one of my favorite. Another thing I liked was the fighting sequences, especially with the Crimson Paw, or i.e. the mayor. Like how she's like, oh yeah, I'm a ninja.
The prison scene where it goes black and white, she knocks out a whole bunch of people, and then it hard cuts to the prison exploding. Yeah. Even seeing that a second time, I think this movie doesn't necessarily age the best. Seeing that the second time, I was still like, all right, that was sick.
Good cut. Yeah. So welcome to a new segment, Operation Snowfall.
Operation.
Good job on that PNG, Joey. I know, because I said I was going to make it, even though Will's editing this video. So we are DreamWorks executives, and we're trying to greenlight a sequel to one of these movies. Some of these movies have been spread out through time, so wouldn't it be kind of weird to put a sequel to a movie that's like kind of a little bit older? So for our lineup, we have Over the Hedge, Megamind, Rise of the Guardians, Bad Guys, B-Movie. I think Over the Hedge may be the oldest one on here.
I think so. So what are we trying to get here, Joey?
So we're trying to produce a quality movie that can make DreamWorks more money.
We're trying to get that crisp cash while also not having a rotten Tomato score.
Exactly. We'll go in order how I said these. So first, Over the Hedge.
Over the Hedge.
I don't think there's enough story to build up for a sequel. Like, what would they do? What would we have these animals do next? They already are cool. They're already used to living behind in a concealed like little wildlife preserve thing in a neighborhood.
Let's be honest, they'd probably be battling global warming.
Yeah, but it's not that interesting. I don't think Over the Hedge would be able to produce another interesting movie that can catch the attention of kids that makes sense.
Right.
Next, Megamind. Do you think Will Ferrell will do a Megamind too?
Oh, absolutely. All right, the first one came out before the grand era of superhero movies began, or hit peak form.
Yeah.
I think this might be one of your biggest cash winners if you went with this one.
The thing is, you have to think about what can make this an interesting story. My thing with this is they could have like maybe it'd be like a stereotype Justice League like they did with Invincible, to where they can have something that like, oh yeah, we have to fight this big alien threat or something like that. I can't remember his name. He goes by Music Man now.
Right.
Sucks.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
Yeah. Brad Pitt plays him?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my gosh, you think Brad Pitt would do this a second one?
Absolutely.
So I think Megamind could produce a quality sequel
I agree.
that could build on the story, just because it's a more open world with that. Because it's like a whole superhero thing. But the only thing is they'd have to compete with other superhero animated movies.
I don't want this to have a sequel, but I think this is, if I'm an executive, I think this might be what I'm hitting the go button on.
Or you could make a show out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that with a show you may not be able to get Brad Pitt and Will Ferrell to do it.
Right.
Is the thing. Because that's what my problem is with a lot of DreamWorks shows. It's very hard. They don't always get, it's very rare. They only got the only occasion I know is fairly recent. They got Jack Black to voice Poe again in the new Kung Fu Panda show on Netflix. Because Jack Black also advertised the crap out of that show.
Right. Netflix might be able to get him back though. If
Yes.
anybody has the powers, they do.
Rise of the Guardians.
Rise of the Guardians. What do you do here?
Here's the thing. They had a they had a villain in it, the Boogeyman.
Right.
What other things could they fight?
You could do a great Memorial Day / Labor Day land where they go to, and it's just America. It's just like
America.
1, 2, 3.
You have Uncle Sam there.
Yeah, it's obviously an eagle, and every time he does anything, there's just he poses, salutes, and there's a flag that floats down from behind him.
But would it be good? Because this movie isn't necessarily funny, but
Right.
I think it had a good story to it. So, as a executive of DreamWorks, if I had to make another holiday movie,
You can always do a holiday movie.
yeah, which would be like the easiest win for them is just, oh yeah, let's base it around Christmas. Oh, let's base it around Hanukkah. Oh, let's base it around Independence Day. Let's base it around whatever, you know? Or let's have the villain be Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. I think this so far is the one I want a sequel to the most, because I think there's the most there. I want to see
I think
America
it's just because
World.
there's holiday characters and there's enough holidays where they can make someone. They can have St. Patrick. He can be like a little leprechaun guy.
Right. Or we could have it be Guy Fawkes Day. Ooh.
So
He's just bombing stuff.
good night.
This is the one I want. I don't think this is going to make you as much money as Megamind 2. This is definitely the one I want, though. So, yeah.
Let's agree on B tier.
Let's agree on B tier.
B tier.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wait on this one. We're going to do B movie. The
Okay.
B movie. I don't think this one has potential at all.
You missed it, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, because, they kind of resolved a lot of problems. This B has, like, all these jobs now. Maybe it's just, like, the B movie. All I can imagine this being is him, like, having to deal with the stress and anxiety and, like, Jerry Seinfeld, like, I don't think I can handle all this responsibility.
You could get a great writer in here who appreciates the memes but also wants to give you a good story, and you could do kind of like a Logan-esque movie to this.
It's just like he's just like sitting there like, I leave all my assets to Vanessa.
This movie definitely has potential, more potential than some of the other ones we've talked about, but you missed the timing. If you had gotten this out peak meme time, now it's kind of like when they did the Angry Birds movie like 5 years after Angry Birds was a thing, and it's just like, oh, come on.
It's like, you like jazz, it's like, do you like classical music? You like hip-hop? Is that friggity fresh? Like something like what could, like this, the B movie I think definitely does not have potential. So then Bad Guys.
Bad Guys.
Bad Guys has a lot more source material, so there's already pre-written things, and they can also go based upon the data of the book sales of what to do next.
I think this has the potential to make be one of the better sequels.
Yes,
But I don't think this has the potential to make money. I don't think there's a universe where they do Bad Guys 2 and it makes more money than Bad Guys 1.
you think it would make the same amount or less?
It could be either one, but I think it'd make less. Because I think if we go with a Megamind, I think that definitely has the possibility to make way more money than the original one, because you get the people who are like, I remember watching that as a kid, plus it's superheroes. I feel like
If you're gonna release a superhero movie, you should do
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
And so it can get you attention, because don't release it around the same time of like an MCU movie or DC movie. So because those will be drawing attention. But like you see, There's no movie in February. Megamind, I feel like, would be able to make the most money. It's more appealing. You got Will Ferrell in it, and Will Ferrell's pretty funny. I think Will Ferrell does well across the board, in my opinion. He has adult humor, he has kid humor, he has mid-tier humor.
I think our executive choice has got to be Mega Man.
Megamind,
yeah.
Just because it has enough potential.
While also having the money potential.
Yes.
I really want to see a sequel to Rise of the Guardians, but I think this is definitely our executive decision.
So that was Operation Snowfall. Comment down if you agree with our choices or not. Tell us what you would do and why. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know if there's anything new you want us to do on this channel. Since we are kind of converting to a new system when we do, we will be doing more activities versus less movies, and we're just going to see how this goes. But again, comment down anything else you want us to do. We might do it, we might not do it, we might do it, we might not do it. Don't have a good day. Have a great day. Bye!
Are you okay? You can have
Are you gonna go turbo, Ralph?